What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to look at Mario Golf Super Rush's review scores. They are out today. They kind of just, well, I was going to say they unexpectedly dropped. I mean, the game comes out tomorrow, so hopefully the reviews were eventually supposed to come out. And so I want to talk about them. You know, I'm not going to go through every single review that occurred for this game. I'm going on Metacritic. There is also OpenCritic, and obviously this doesn't take into account, YouTubers, which honestly is probably a better thing to go after nowadays versus quote unquote gaming journalists. I know a lot of people. Well, here's the thing. I know a lot of people go based off reviews. And I know a lot of people don't go based off reviews. I personally kind of don't. I more or less look at them as backing of what I already think the game may be, and that's kind of what I'm sensing with Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, I'm no psychic. I'm not saying I have that kind of sixth sense, but it's getting pretty good reviews. I believe it started the day around like a 71, 72. It's risen to a 75, so it's sitting at a 75 on Metacritic based off of 47 critic reviews, and I think we're already entering that territory, especially in like the Twitter console wars, where we're talking about is 75 actually a good or bad score, right? I think it actually is a very solid score, right? It goes back to like the Days Gone argument of PlayStation, right? 70s, obviously it's not the high 80s, it's not the 90s. People may be so used to wanting their games or seeing certain games being there. I think a 75 is just fine, especially for the kind of game that I perceive Mario Golf Super Rush to be. And again, for clarification, I want to play this game. I made a video on this on my main channel on Podcast Now a few days ago. I think it looks a lot of fun. I'm in money saving mode right now, so I don't know if I need it, right? And that's kind of the battle that I'm battling with this, where it's like, do I actually need to play this game? So what I'll say is this, okay? Again, I don't go based really off of, I care what they say, but I don't go based off of what, journalists, I guess, write or review scores. But there seems to be a reoccurring theme, to be honest with you, in many of, now again, there's 47 reviews, but I would say the lowest, the lower end, okay, which actually goes all the way down to a 50. Games Radar gave it a 50, VGC gave it a 60, Screen Rant gave it a 60, IGN gave it a 6, and I know a lot of people are dunking IGN, I get that, but there's actually quite a few other places that are giving it 6s, 7s, GameSpot gave it a 7, so on and so on, right? But the theme is actually the same when you read some of these reviews, is that it is actually generally, to all of them, a fun game. Like when you're playing, when you're in the midst of it, it's a lot of fun. It's just generally a good time. It's just how much time is being spent in the game. I would say the low-end people don't feel like there's a lot of value in the game to keep you coming back, like over and over and over again. It's a fun playthrough, like a couple times, with friends, and then, you're out of it. It seems like the modes Speed Golf and Battle Golf, which, again, actually, they caught my eye when this game was, I don't remember if they showed it originally when this game, was first shown off, but I really, when they did, like, the extended playthrough at Nintendo's E3, when they showed the new trailer for it, even at Nintendo's E3, I loved it. I loved that trailer a lot. It definitely got me closer to, like, really wanting it, right? And those two modes were part of it, where it's like, yeah, it's not just basic golf. I would say, based off of what I've read, the basic golf part is obviously the most lacking, which is actually kind of a shock to some of these, geniuses, these journalists that are out there, right? For me, I mean, it's just, I have controversial thoughts for golf, right? I don't know if people are necessarily playing Mario Golf because they like golf. I don't know if those two things correlate as much as people may think, but that's kind of the sense I'm getting. So it's a game that is a lot of fun, okay? It's just how much fun, or how long does that fun last? That's kind of the theme I saw in the low reviews. It was that, they're not really going to jump back in. There's not a reason to jump back in as much. And on the higher end, really, again, both of them praised the gameplay mechanics of certain modes. And then it just became, okay, well, the higher up scores, they maybe leaned into that a little bit more, and they're more willing to come back. To be honest, the last personal thought that I'll have before we end the video, that is my biggest worry. The reviews, I'll be honest, didn't do what I wanted them to do, in the sense that, as I said, for me getting Mario Golf, like if I were to get it, it would need to be my casual game, but a game that I go to quite often when I'm bored or when I feel like I just need something different. And I guess you don't necessarily need to do that every day or every other day, but like, I would want it to give me a reason to play the game semi-consistently, but still just as a game where you pop in, play a couple hours, pop out. That's kind of what I wanted, but I also wanted a game that really pulled me in, right? It seems like, again, from what I'm reading, it's a game that you may have fun with originally or at first, okay, for a couple days or whatever, and then it quickly falls off where it maybe isn't a game that you go back to routinely. Again, depends on who you listen to. I haven't really seen any Nintendo YouTubers talk about it yet, but I'm going to be searching for that today. So that's what people seem to be saying about the game. Again, though, to kind of put to bed, like the 75 thing, I don't really think there's a need to like dunk on Nintendo or get all mad that it's a 75. I mean, a 75 is a solid score, and it seems like there's reasons why it's not a 10 out of 10 game, and there's reasons why it's not like, I mean, yes, to focus on that negative stuff may be weird, but like it's not a 2. Nobody's giving it a 2. Nobody's giving it a 3. A 5. A 5 is pretty low, I would say. I mean, but a 5 out of 10, you could argue that's just an average score, right? If that's what 5 means. I know some people think like a 7 is average, but technically 5 is in the middle. So maybe Games Radar considers, I don't like Games Radar, but maybe that's an average score for them. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Did this, help you? Were you already going to get the game tomorrow? And these kind of positive things that they said, or even the negative things you didn't mind? Does this stop you from buying the game? All that stuff, let me know in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.